It's time for the keys to life. When I say keys to life, you say. When I say keys to life, you say. When I say keys to life, you say. Amen, amen. Number one, how much do you do your non-negotiables? Last week we talked about non-negotiables, correct? Oh, so the question is, how much do you do them? What do you mean, how much do I do them? Is it every day? Is it every week? Is it when you think about it? What I'm trying to get you to see, or what I would like to find out from you, is it really real? Because you can say it's a non-negotiable. That's just, God, it's going to happen. But how much do you work it? How much do you think about it? Is it in your face? Do you put it in your face? Do you put it part of your day? When you wake up in the morning, this is going to happen. No matter what. No matter what we can sometimes forget about these things. And then we count it as you can't count something as non-negotiable and forget about it because it's not important. It can't be that important. It is negotiable whether I do it or I don't. It is negotiable whether I speak it or I don't. It is negotiable whether I live it or I don't. It is only non-negotiable when it's presently always in front of you. When you're constantly thinking about it, when it's number one, when it's always on your mind, when you touch it 90% of the day, you deal with it 90% of the day, wherever you go, it's acknowledged in your life. What I'm saying to you is if you have something on your mind, something that you say is a non-negotiable, it's something you deal with at work, it's something you deal with at home, it's sometimes something you deal with in between work and at home. It's something you deal with on the phone. It's something, if people know about your non-negotiable, whether they know that it's non-negotiable or not. You talk about that a lot. Really? That's crazy. No, you always doing that. I'm always doing it because it's something that is always going to get done. I know you buy that. I know that's what you're doing. If I can't get in touch with you, that's likely what you're doing. I can ask you, how did that go today? And not know you did it, and you respond, well, it went well or it went bad. Why? Because I know you're going to get it done. If people can't do that with you, then it's likely that you don't have any non-negotiables. It could happen, it could not happen. Oh, I didn't do that because this happened. I didn't do that because that happened. You got reasons for everything. Then it's not really real. You see, when we are real with ourselves, we make decisions and we stick with them. Our word looks like our action, and our action look like our word. You'll know me by it. You'll know me by what I do. It would look kind of weird that I wasn't already here, right? Because you know that we're going to start at a certain time and we're going to finish a certain time. And no matter what, we're going to start a certain time. You understand what I'm saying? It would be confusing. It would be weird to not see me at 8:59, between 8:55 and 8:59. Because you know it's going to happen. That's what I'm going to do. So I need you to get that in your mind, because some of us, you spoke on it last week, and I wanted to talk a little bit more about it, because I believe that if you're really going to say it's non-negotiable, maybe you need to see what that looks like. You ask yourself, are you known by that? When I see you do, well, how is your drawing? Or how is your practice with on the keyboard? What happened today in class? What's going on with that? Oh, I ain't done that since Tuesday. Here we go. Then you ain't about it. You're not. Oh, what happened was, no, I don't, because I don't live in that world. How could I? Because then what I do can't be that deep. It can't be that important. It can't be that. If that's what it is, then that's what it is. That's how I know you, by what you do. Number two, I think they're all three of them go together. um, I have an example for you. Sorry. Number one. Let's go back. Number one. So I have a non-negotiable, and I broke my non-negotiable. I didn't break it, but I saw an error in it, and I had to fix it. Because I can't be known for it. I can't say this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get this right. So one of the things that on my list of things to do is to be better at swimming, but also to be consistent at swimming, because it's part of my health, and it's also something that I would like to do. I can't do a lot of high-impact sports, a lot of high-impact things. So therefore, to prolong me not having arthritis, I have to find other options. So, and because of my heart and, trying to not have high blood pressure, I have to find other options. And because my doctor said to me, it's either this or some pills, I've got to find some other options. So I found myself working. I work like 12 hours, and I'm trying to do this, and I'm trying to do that, throw it in the washing machine, forget to take it out the washing machine. You gotta have clean swim trunks. So what I did was, after 2 mistakes and 2 errors, I said to myself, ooh, excuse me, church. Ooh. Devil is a liar. I've been wanting to say that. I've been wanting to say devil is a liar. I don't have no reason for it. I just it had nothing to do with him. Okay, so moving on. I'll put that part of my sermon. You'll see. Okay. Okay. So what I did was, I realized I didn't have enough swim trunks. So I went out and bought 4. Went out and bought 4 swim trunks, because I don't have time to just wash one, wear it, wash one, wear it. And I had 2, and I was wash one, wear it. Where is that one? Oh, it's in the washing machine? Oh, that's not what I needed. I'm at the locker room trying to get on my clothes. So I bought 4. Then I took this bag, this wonderful bag here, and I threw a towel in it, and then I threw another pair of goggles in it, and then I threw a pair of swim trunks. I know you don't think it's in here, but it is. Put a pair of swim trunks in here, and I threw this in the car. Why? Because no matter how I mess up or how I forget, I have an emergency pack. So I have 5 swimming trunks and an emergency pack that if I forget, I can be in the locker room like, oh my goodness, looks like I need to put my pants on and run back to the car because somebody's swimming today. You understand what I'm saying? There is no getting out of it. I'm not playing a game with myself. I don't give myself reason to have an excuse. We are okay. You can't be okay with having excuses. I lock myself in. The only way I don't swim is either it's Saturday and Sunday, or I've done so much that my body said, go home. But other than that, it's going to get what? Done. Because it's real to me. It's serious to me. It's important to me. And that's what needs to be what? Done. Secondly, number 2. Now we're at 2. Consistency and focus. Consistency and focus. One of the things what happened when I got in the pool, I got frustrated. And I'm going to tell you why I got frustrated. Because I have been off and on trying to do this, and when you do something for a certain amount of years and you leave for about a month or 2, it's okay. But if you start doing something and then you take a break, and you do it and then you take a break, every time you do it and you take a break, it's almost like you're starting what? Over. But I had been on this train for a year and a half. But during this year and a half, in the pool, I literally did this. Literally in the pool. I'm at the front. I done went and I came back. I'm doing my laps, struggling. And it brought to my mind Kirsten. And the reason it brought to my mind Kirsten is because she's on almost a year and a half of doing the baking. And I realized she would be better at baking than I would be at swimming. Not to say anything against her. No, it's just that she's been what? Consistent. And I have not been consistent. Now, do I have reasons? Please, I got reasons. It's not about who's wrong or right. It's about the fact that I had to figure it out. The reason I'm not getting there is because, one, you took off for a surgery, then you took off for that, then you took off for this, then you took off for that. How dare you expect to be great? Now get back in the water and tell myself, get to going. Because if you want something, you've got to do something, and you can't keep on taking these breaks. Because if you keep taking the breaks, that's what's stopping you from achieving. That's the stopping you for someone believing you. No, I don't believe you a swimmer. You just take it in water. It's like, I had a gallon of chlorine. No. You understand what I'm saying? If you want something, you have to be consistent, and you have to focus. And when your focus drifts to the left, you got to pull it back. And when your focus drifts to the right, what do you mean by drifting? I could have hit the water, got mad, jumped out of the water, frustrated. I lost my what? Focus. It wasn't the consistency that I lost. It was the focus at that point that I lost. I got emotional, and I said, I'm never going to get it. I got emotional, and I didn't perform well. I got emotional, and I gave up that day. No. I told myself, suck it up, figure it out, let's get these laps done, because you got a little bit of time left. Then you got to go do something else. So you're going to make the best of it, and then tomorrow you're going to do what? Make the best of it. And you know the day after that we're going to do? We're going to make the best of it. And the day after that, you know what we're going to do? We're going to make the best. You got to talk to yourself and stop giving yourself a way out. You don't need me to beat you up. You need you to beat you up. You need to tell yourself, stop whining and get it done. But you like, oh, it's okay. It's all right. No, don't be so nice to yourself. You know what? I'd sound a whole lot better if you was meaner to yourself. I would. I would sound so much, like, Pastor ain't that bad. But you just got to actually be on you. Stop giving yourself a break. Stop giving yourself an opportunity. Stop saying, oh, it's okay. It is not. How? How is it okay? Why is it okay for you to just keep on coming up with reasons and why you're not doing what you said you were going to do, and being who you said you're going to be, and having what you said you're going to have, and living how you said you're going to live, and come on. Tomorrow is not promised. And because, and let me understand, tomorrow is not promised to all of the world. Not just to the people that aren't saved, but to the people that are saved. Tomorrow is not promised. So if you're going to love somebody, love them today. If you're going to work out today. If you're going to trust, you're going to trust today. If you're going to practice today. Do your best to be the best you can be. Last thing, and this goes together. You are your problem. You are your problem. It's not nobody else is your problem. Oh, this person, they always doing this in my life. Well, you got them in your life. Oh, this happens here. Well, you allowed it to happen. They keep on saying this. You allowed it to happen. So you have to figure out what you're going to do and how you're going to do it so that you can fix what? You. Stop trying to make things someone else's problem. You are your problem. When you realize you are your problem and the only one who's going to fix your problem is who? Then you can realize that you can have the best life that you've ever had. You can do the best you've ever... Listen, it is up to you. If you never travel, you want to know who the problem was? Not America. Oh, they got my passport. No, they ain't got your passport. You ain't got no passport. The seats ain't right. No, you pay for a better seat. You know, whatever the problem is, it's yours. Oh, every person I talk to in the relationship just don't go well. Then maybe it's you. Figure it out. Oh, I just talk to people that ain't worth my weight. Okay, well, then you need to put yourself in a different place. to talk to different people in a different atmosphere, at a different level. Either you need to take your level up or you need to take your level down, but stop blaming everybody else for what you aren't achieving, or what you're not accomplishing, what you're not becoming. Whenever you've got to realize that you are your problem. You keep picking from the wrong pool. You keep going to the wrong place. You keep saying the wrong things, which gets you the wrong response. You keep doing the wrong thing and expecting something better. It doesn't work that way. Look at your life. Here's the last part of it. Look at your life. Look at all the things that are going right and all the things that are going wrong. When you go home and you start to write them out and you see the things that are going right, ask yourself, do they actually have anything to do with you or someone you are directly connected to? Because some of the things that we actually live with and we think is happening wonderfully are happening because we are directly connected to somebody. We aren't doing consistent things in a lot of areas of our life. And we have to look, if you ever want to achieve something, if you ever want to be better, if you want to get to a place where if they call your name and they think you're amazing and people are talking about you, people don't talk about people that don't do anything. That's your problem. People, what is the news about? What's the news about? What makes you amazing that someone has your name on their lips? Nothing? Then why are you concerned about it? No one's talking about you because you didn't give them nothing to talk about. And as people get older, there's a such thing as good attention, bad attention. So some people, if they can't get good attention, they result to get what? Bad attention. They didn't try hard enough to get good attention. Why? Because it's hard to get what? Good attention. It's hard to get good attention. Trust me, I know it's hard to get good attention. The way you get good attention is to be necessary beyond what anyone can think about. So when someone says, I don't know what I would do without you in my life, that's a lot. That's a lot to do for someone to say, I don't know what I would do without you in my life. Dang, I missed you these last days. I was this messed up, that messed up. I was like, I'm going to call somebody and I couldn't call nobody. That type of thing. That's what's real. But that only happens because you understand that you're the problem and you fix certain things so that you wouldn't have that problem. So it's one of those things where you have to see life for what it is. And you have to actually look at your life and say, hey, you know what? Maybe I need to get this in what? Order. Maybe I need to fix this so that this doesn't happen to me, what? Again. So that I can be something better. When I look in the mirror, I'm happy because I can see a work in what? Progress. Don't just go with the Lord said I'm a work in progress and you're not a work in progress. You ain't a work in progress. You know when you're a work in progress? When you're a work in progress. When you really are a work in progress. When you really doing, there's doing something and amounting in small steps. And some small steps, still steps. Yes, they are. And then there's people that literally put the pedal to the metal. They really realize that they playing with it. Or you gonna do it? Those are the keys to life.